light to medium tubing.
All right, so for today's Xpress Strength, for the 6 exercises, we're going to be using the resistor band tubing. One end will be attached to the door anchor, just about shoulder height, maybe slightly lower. The other end, we're going to use the handle, and we're also going to attach via carabiner the thigh strap. So I'll demonstrate each of the exercises. We're going to go ahead and attach it just above our, or just right around our shoulder height, right there. And so the first couple exercises, we're going to do a staggered stance, split stance. And I've got my yoga mat split right where it's anchored. So go ahead and take a few minutes to kind of set that up. And the reason I do that is so that I can position myself pretty consistently on the yoga mat relative to where this is anchored. And so I'll be off the yoga mat to the side doing my left arm. I'll be off to the right. We're going to press forward, and the strap or the band is going over the top of my arm, and I'm holding the handle. We're going to do a few repetitions, good control, trying to get that arm fully out. Then we'll switch sides. And again, it's a split stance. I'm just slightly off the yoga mat, pressing forward, nice, slow control. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to grab with the inside hand, and you're going to split stance. So same thing, outside foot is in front, back foot, you're on your toes. You're going to grab with the inside hand. You're going to hold, and then you're going to pull the arms in. You might walk out a little bit to where it's a little bit more resistance. And then as you press out, that's where resistance really gets tight. And so we're going to hold out there and then pull back in. We'll do that for 30 seconds, doing a few reps. Again, the outside foot. Press and hold. You'll feel that through your core. And because we're holding with the inside hand, it's going to recruit more of your abdominals. Now we'll switch to utilizing the thigh strap, and we're going to do a little pendulum. So I'm just pushing the hand forward, putting pressure into this anterior part of the shoulder, relax out of it, and then just push forward. And then we'll switch. You can walk to where there's slight tension, and then you're just bringing the hand in front of the body, pause, and then back out of it. All right, so now this is going to be, you're going to bring the inside leg into that thigh strap. And what we're going to do is you're going to stand on a single leg. So if you need to, you can have a chair here. And you're going to balance on the outside leg. And then you're going to squeeze, adducting the legs together, squeezing the legs together. And then let the band pull it back out. So again, you can use the back of a chair. You can use a counter. All right. So we'll do that a few times. And then we'll do the other side. So again, it's just standing on the outside leg, balance, and then you're just squeezing those legs together, back out, and back in. And you can hold your hand on a chair. All right, so now we're going to move to the floor. And here what we're going to do is you're going to place, when we're on the floor, we're going to place the thigh strap right around our heel, the bottom of our foot, for both of the lower body exercises. And what we're going to do here is you're going to press out and back up nice and slow. So we're just pressing through the foot, trying to get that leg all the way extended. We'll do each side. Again, get it right around the heel, or right next to the heel on top of that midfoot. And then we're going to just press out, slowly come back up, and then back down. We go from that to keeping it around the same position of the foot. And now I'm just rotating the foot across the body and back. And see, there's slack on the resistor band, and now the resistor band is nice and tight. And so for this one, I'm kind of lying at an angle across my yoga mat. So now a perfect E, almost like making a K across the yoga mat. So slack, and then as I take my foot across my body, it tightens up the resistor band. All right. So I'll do the first round with this angle, and then I'll switch to where it's going to be in front of me to kind of give some variation as well. So let me go ahead and get the timer. Any questions before we get started with that?
Nope.
All right. All right, so again, the first one we're going to do is you're going to grab the handle. The strap is going to go across the arm. Here we go. Split stance, nice, slow. Get that arm all the way out. Control the way back. Pressing forward, you can even push through the ball of the foot, lifting that heel up on that back foot. Knees slightly bent. Keeping a nice athletic position. Good control, nice tempo. Getting that arm all the way out, reaching that hand forward. And I'm just off the yoga mat to the right side to work my left arm. All right, we'll switch sides. So this time I'll be off to the yoga mat to the left to work my right arm. Here we go. Press, get the arm, reach it, slowly coming back. Scanning the body to what feels different. Reminding yourself why you want to get stronger. Right now we're working your arm, your shoulders. You're also working your core by just working one side at a time. Going nice, slow control. Scanning the body with how does it feel through each position, through each little range as you go through that motion. All right, so now what we're going to do is a split stance, staggered. Outside foot is going to be in front. You're going to grab with the inside hand. The outside hand is going to go over the top. I'm going to walk out just a little bit to where there's resistance, holding the hands in close to my chest, and then I'm just extending my arms. I'm going to hold out so my arms are straight, making a triangle to my chest. Then I'm back in, pulling those arms into my body, elbows along my sides. My fists are at my chest now. Now I'm pressing my hands back out. Again, because I'm more loaded through these inside arm and hand, pulling the hands back, I'm recruiting more of my abdominals. Okay, we're going to switch sides. Again, the outside foot is in front. Here we go, pressing those hands out. Grab with the inside hand. Outside hand goes over the top. Bring those hands back, and then pressing back out. Back in, and out. Hold, squeeze. Slowly bringing it back in. All right, now we're going to put our arm inside of the thigh strap. So staying with that staggered stance. Now with this one, I can be a little bit more on the yoga mat. I'm going to walk to where there's tension, and I'm just going to slide my hand forward. You're just holding right through here. Slowly bring that arm back with control. Know that we're creating tension through this bicep, through the anterior, the front part of the shoulder. You feel your chest getting tight, and then when you let that arm go back, you can feel that area loosen, and it's stretching and extending. And now all of this area is tightening and shortening, squeezing together. And relax. Okay, we'll switch sides. Again, arm is extended. I'm going to walk forward to where there's tension. And then you just bring the arm up in front. Hold, own that, create ownership of that position. Slowly going back. Again, you can feel the front part of the shoulder get tight. And then slowly go back. You feel that stuff starts to stretch. Here we go. Once again, pulling forward. Last one, hold and let it go back. All right, now we're going to go to our single leg standing, bringing the thigh strap right around our lower leg of just above the ankle. We're going to walk out to where there's tension. You're going to stand on the outside leg, holding that leg onto balance. You can put your hand on a chair, slowly squeezing those legs together. Let it pull it out, and you can feel all the pressure points of your foot where your body's making contact with the floor. Start to shift, and you want to help this leg that you're standing on and the ankle get used to making those adaptations, those quick dynamic changes. All right, we'll switch sides. So again, I can hold that chair right here. We're gonna lean onto the outside leg, standing on it, and squeeze those legs together. Slowly pull back out. Last one, out, and then squeeze and hold. And out, okay? All right, now we're gonna go ahead and lie on the floor. We're gonna go ahead and bring that to the bottom of the foot, just near the heel, where it touches the lower leg. We're gonna be relying right in the center of the mat, and you're gonna press the leg out straight, small space in your back. Let that leg slowly come back up, and then press back out. Hold, trying to make that heel make contact with the floor, knee is straight. Slowly bend the knee, letting the leg come up, resisting the band, and back out. Pushing through that leg, slowly come up. And we'll be switching. And go ahead and switch, so the legs are out straight. Getting that strap right around the bottom of that foot. Lying down, shoulders making even contact, small space in the back, pressing the leg out. Slowly come back up. Slowing down the resistor band. The resistor band wants to speed up, especially when you're going back up. And you're slowing that down. Here as you press out, it is trying to slow you down. Get that heel all the way to the floor. Slow control, controlling that hip. All right, so we can just stay with that foot and the same, and the thigh strap just like that. What we're gonna do is lie at an angle. As if I was trying to make the bottom half of a K with my body to the yoga mat. And we're slack on the band. And then as I bring that foot across my shin, it increases the tension on that resistor band. Then I'm gonna bring my foot back out, low tension, and foot back across, rotating through my hip. Try to keep that same space between the thighs the entire time. Holding against that tension, good control with that motion. Okay, we'll switch sides. Just bringing that foot across that shin, holding. Back across, foot across, move rotating through this femur going into your hip socket. So you put your hand out here on the outside of your glute, and you can feel the little, it's called the greater trochanter of the femur, kind of rotating around the fingertips. All right. So we will now move, I'm going to move the camera angle, just give you a different view, see if it helps with seeing the exercises from a different perspective. All right, so we're going to start back over with the chest press. Get my timer going again. All right, so here we go. So again, we're back to using the handle. The strap is over the arm. Knees are bent. Here we go. Press that arm all the way out, and here I'm standing off the side of the yoga mat. Arm is staying out wide. Elbow stays parallel to the floor. Getting that arm fully extended, pressing forward. Knees are bent. I'm on my heel is up on the back foot, pressing through my toes. Front foot is flat. Good control on that speed and tempo. We'll switch sides. Off to the side of the yoga mat. Front foot or the outside foot is in front. Inside hand is the action arm. Pressing the hand forward with control. Trying to prevent any torso rotation, which recruits your core a little bit more. As soon as you get that hand out here, your body wants to rotate with it. Prevent that. Keeping your shoulders pointing forward. Good. Now we're going to do the standing rotation, counter rotation. So what we're going to do here is the outside foot is in front. Back to that staggered stance. We've got our inside hand grabbing the handle, outside hand over the top, hands by our chest, elbows in. And what you're going to do, you're going to press out and you're going to hold here. When this is out, that really wants to create more rotation. Your core gets recruited a little bit more. Back in and out. Give nice ownership, control that position. Feel that difference between when the arms are out versus when you have those hands close to your chest and to your body, how different that feels. We'll go ahead and switch sides. Okay, again, the outside foot is in front. We're grabbing with the inside hand on the handle, outside hand over the top, hands in, pressing out. Bring those hands back in, elbows stay close, and back out. Back in, and out. Trying to prevent any motion. You can feel that elastic, dynamic force of the band, and relax. All right, now we're going to place our hand inside the thigh strap, still with that staggered stance. So I'm going to walk out to where there's tension, and I'm just bringing that hand forward, and then I'm letting that hand go back. Bringing it forward.
Did he also come forward?
And then back. So palm is facing forward, thumb is out. Just nice and slow. I'm not trying to get my hand up too high. Just bringing it right in front of my waist and my hips. When the hand is in front, you can feel this area get a little bit tighter. And then when I relax, letting that hand go behind me, feel it stretch. Go ahead and relax, switch sides. Okay, again, elbow straight, thumb out. Bringing that hand right up in front. Slowly come back. Bring it up. You can feel this area get nice and tight. And then as you bring that hand back, this straw stretches. And I'm trying to keep it out of my, the elevators of my scapula, my shoulder blade. I'm trying not to let that shoulder, raise up, elevate up. I'm thinking about trying to keep distance between my top of the shoulder and my ear. Trying to keep it all underneath on the bottom part of the shoulder. All right, so now we're gonna do the single leg stand adduction. So you're gonna put it around the lower leg, the thigh strap. You're gonna walk out to where there's tension, stand on the outside leg, and then you're gonna squeeze. The outside leg or the inside leg is just off the ground as you're balancing on the right leg or the outside leg. And you can have your hand on a chair for added assistance. This is a good core exercise for the leg and good for the glute. And then you're obviously working the adductors when you squeeze your legs together. Okay, we'll switch sides. Here we go. Lean onto the outside leg, squeeze the legs together. Slowly bring that leg out. Squeeze. And out. Again, using your hand on a chair if you need, standing next to a kitchen counter. And relax. All right, we're moving down to the floor. So here, what we're gonna do is you're gonna lie down, you're gonna place the strap right around the bottom of the foot, near the heel, small space in your back. You're gonna extend that leg, touch the heel to the floor, keep it extended, and then slowly bend the knee, letting the leg raise, knee up, and then press back down. Think about you're trying to get your spine to be as long as you can, pushing through your feet. Control when you lift up. Not in letting any movement be jerky, being nice, smooth, and controlled. Okay, we'll switch sides. Right out and press and hold. That thigh strap is right at the bottom of the arch, close to the heel, pressing out. Get that back of the heel where the Achilles is, all the way to the floor with that knee extended. Like you're trying to push through both legs, trying to be as long as you can from the top of the head to the bottom of your feet. All right, now we'll keep it on that same foot in the same position. What we're gonna do is you're gonna lie at an angle with your feet closer to the attachment, head further away, across the yoga mat, about 45. Foot up just enough to clear that shin. As I rotate the foot across the body, there's tension, and then I'm gonna come out of it, it decreases, it's nice and loose, then bring the foot back across. Then trying to keep that thigh in the same position, try not to let that knee go across the body. And you really don't feel a ton of resistance till you get to the very end range. Then we'll switch. Last exercise, round 2. So again, this goes right around that foot. I'm gonna lay at an angle, feet closer, head further away. Foot just above the shin. It's nice and smooth across the body. You feel it right at that end where just all of a sudden there's a lot of resistance and you can't go any further. You feel those muscles really have to contract to hold that position. Last one, squeeze, good. All right, now we'll go back, round 3. So go back and change the position. Once again, go back to the original. All right, so we'll go back to the handle and grab the handle underneath so the band goes over the arm. Outside foot is in front. Here we go. Press through the arm, reaching out as far as you can, slowly coming back, keeping the elbow up nice and high. Reach that arm, reach that hand forward. Reach that arm, control on the way back. Good, we'll go ahead and switch sides. Again, with the hand, you're just off to the side of the yoga mat. Elbows out to the side, band is just over the top of the arm. Press and hold, reach that hand forward. Slowly let that arm come back along close to the body, elbow out to the side, press forward, reach. And there, I just even moved my eyes and it took my balance off. I had to drop my heel. So stay focused. Last one, good. All right, now we have our counter rotation. So what we're doing here is inside hand is grabbing first, hands close to the chest, outside hand over the top. Outside foot is in front, staggered stance, up on the back foot toes. Front foot is flat, press those hands out. Hold nice and steady. Bring those hands and elbows back to your body. Elbows staying close, don't let them go out wide. Press those hands back out. And back in. One more, press back out and hold. And I'm still thinking about squeezing across that way. The only way I could really move is I recruited a bunch of force to be able to counter against this band. So again, hands in close, inside hand grabs, outside hand over the top. You're pressing out and holding. Knees bent. Bring those hands back in, back out. Back in, back out. Good control, slower the better with any of the movements that you're doing. And relax. Now we go back to our forearm going into the thigh strap. We're gonna have our palm facing forward. You're gonna walk out to where there's tension with the arm near at the side of your body. So you can just get the hand just in front and there's tension. And then as I let that tension pull my arm back, it gets to about right here. Here we go, pressing forward. And then back out. And forward and hold. You feel this area get nice and tight. You're trying to keep space between the earlobe and the top of the shoulder. Don't let that arm lift up. I'm thinking about maybe even like dragging my fingertips across the floor, like I'm sweeping across the floor, trying to keep that hand low. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. Thumb is out, palm facing forward. The arm just goes just in front of the body and just behind the body. It's not a big movement. A very small movement relative to what the shoulder can do, but it's an area that gets ignored and doesn't get trained with the forces of gravity that we're always working against. So this is a nice way to balance out the body. All right, so now what we're gonna do is the single leg standing adduction. So this goes around that lower leg just above the ankle. We're gonna walk out to where there's tension, stand on the outside foot, squeeze those legs together, let that band pull it apart, back and hold. Feeling those pressure points change as I squeeze the leg in, and then as I take the leg out, the force in my body's position is changing the contact points and how my center of mass is being distributed with my foot that I'm standing on. So start becoming aware of all those little points that are changing, improving your awareness. So again, walk to where there's tension, stand on the outside foot, squeeze together. Good control. And relax. All right, now we're gonna lie down on the floor. Now this is going to the bottom of the foot, just in the arch, just closer to the back of the heel. Try to get at the arch, bottom of the heel as much as you can. Small space in your back, legs out straight. Pressing the leg with the band, hold, heel makes contact, slowly bend the knee, lifting the foot, and then back out. Pushing through that leg. Again, trying to create as much space between the crown of the head and the foot. And bring it back up. We'll switch sides. Get that thigh strap right next to that bottom part of the arch. Heel makes contact, leg is out straight, bend the knee, letting the foot lift up, and back out. Good control. Press that leg out. Everything else is trying to be as stable as possible. Only this leg is moving. It makes you have to create a lot of awareness, really control everything else, preventing everything else from moving. All right, so now we're keeping the foot in the thigh strap in the same position. I'm laying across at an angle. My foot is going to go up just high enough to just scrape my shin of my leg that's out straight. My foot goes across and I hold. That's where the tension gets created. And then letting the foot go back to neutral. And then foot goes across the opposite leg. Control, as you rotate back to neutral. Squeeze and hold. Okay, we'll switch sides. So again, you're placing this right around the foot. You're lying at an angle, head is further away, feet are closer. I've got my foot about middle of the shin, lift up just a little bit to where that heel scrapes across. Top of the shin as I go across the body, then rotate the foot back to neutral. Slowly come out of it. One more. Press and hold. You're gonna feel that on the outside and the inside of your thighs. All right. Excellent job.
Hey, hey.